Good afternoon, madam. Myself, I'm Sam Mitrus, and today I would like to present regarding my final project of interactive media. So, actually, I've completed this assignment along with Zaidan, which is my group mate. So, starting off with the introduction, Sarawak is a state in Malaysia which is located on the island of Borneo. It is also known as the largest state in the country and known for its diverse cultures, beautiful landscapes, and rich history. The capital of Sarawak is Kuching, which is also the largest city in the state. The population of Sarawak is predominantly made up with indigenous groups including the Daya, Iban, and Bidaya communities. So moving on to the next one, we have choose three types which will be displayed in this final project. So first one is the traditional clothes and culture. So each of these indigenous group in the state has their own unique traditional clothing, which is often brightly colored and decorated with intricate design and patterns. So one of the most well-known traditional clothing styles in Sarawak is the ikat, which is worn by the Iban community. The ikat is a wrap-around garment made from hand-woven cotton or silk, and it's typically decorated with the indicate geometric design. So as you can see from this picture, which can be displayed. So the second one that we have chosen is cultural buildings and attractions. So one of the most important historical places in Sarawak is the Istana, which was the former palace of the White Rajas. The Istana was built in 1870 and was residence of the Brooke family, who ruled Sarawak as the White Rajas from 1841 to 1946. The palace is a beautiful example of colonial style architecture and is now open to the public as museum. So last one is the traditional food that we have chosen. So one of the most famous traditional food in Sarawak is laksa, a spicy noodle soup that is made up with variety of ingredients including shrimp, chicken and tofu. The laksa in Sarawak is typically made with thick and flavorful coconut milk based broth and is also garnished with herbs and chili paste. So laksa is a very popular dish throughout Malaysia, but its version in Sarawak is particularly delicious and definitely worth trying. So moving on to the next one is the progression of Adobe Animate. So this is my progression, starting off with the main page. As you can see in this introduction page, there are three types of button. As you can see, this is the first one, boarding to Sarawak. When we press this button, it indirects to the next page. And the next one is the mute and unmute button. Basically, when we click on this button, the sound goes off, and when we click on this button, the sound comes back. So next one is the loading screen. Basically, the background on the back keep looping until the loading bar reaches to the end. So when it reaches to the end, when we click on the plane, it will indirect to the next page. And as well as the loading bar completed, there will be text showing click on the plane to continue. So the next one is the main menu. Basically, from here we can redirect to many sections. There are total of 5 buttons on this page, which are quiz, food, traditional, costume, places. So all these 4 buttons will redirect to different pages according to the button. Meanwhile, the button on the bottom left is considered as a back button, which will redirect back to the main page, as you can see from here. So starting off with the first one is the traditional costume page, which is this button. When we click, we will redirect to this page. So as you can see here, there are a lot of information from here. So there is only one button from this page, which is redirect will back to the main menu. This is the button on the bottom right. So the next one is the layout for the food page. So basically this is the food section, and there is button as well on the bottom left, which will redirect back to the main menu. And the next one is the layout design for the building page. This page consists of one button as well. It will redirect back to the main menu. It is located on the bottom right of the page. So this part is all done by my group mate Zaidan. Unfortunately, he can't continue with me right now. And this is the screenshot of the presentation on the YouTube. And lastly, and my reflection. So first of all, I like to say that I'm very grateful that I've learned on how to use Adobe Animate in such different way throughout this assignment. So this final project has given me the opportunity to demonstrate various techniques in producing an image animate project. Besides that, I've also faced some challenges while working on this final project, such as time management wasn't stable for me, as well as the Adobe Animate often crashed on my PC while working on the project due to my specs of my computer isn't that good. Last but not least, I would like to thank my lecturer for assisting me throughout this final project. Thank you, madam.